Hey YouTube, it's Petey Two Finger. Yay, Christmas is over. Yay! I built this today. It's a little two-in-one board. My little brother gave me this for Christmas. This is probably my favorite thing. It's a line guard cable TV power supply. And I gutted it. And look, it's already got holes in it, like in starter holes. So something I'll end up making a pedal or like a buffer booster EQ. Who knows? Something's going to end up going in here. I build these signal splitters. So it's a active circuit to split the signal into two channels. Buffers. So something like that is perfect for that. Now I wanted to show off my guitar. This started its life as a black and white Strat. We got it for 50 bucks and refinished it. I put these Geiger vintage style, but they look like vintage from this way, but when you flip it around, oh, there's locking tuners. It's got a graphite knot, roller string trees. I painted this guitar, so it's canary yellow. It's a real rich and bright yellow, although there's some filtering on here, so it doesn't. But yeah, put a humbucker in here. We got a 3-ply pick guard. Had to drill the holes on that. Fleet Zorp Alnico 5 pickups. The selector switch is authentic. The knobs are brass and the saddles are brass, and it's got a gold chopped down Dave Gilmour style tremolo arm. Really like the way the brass looks on this guitar. It's got a brass block, a 35 millimeter tremolo block, and it's floating. This is a hot rail, 27 millimeter, really large pots, orange drop capacitor. I think it's a 0.015 nanofarad, something like that. It's like, if you ever read about Roy Buchanan, he would do these wah-wah effect with his pinky on the tone control. That's because he had a tweaked out capacitor, and when he would turn it, it sounded like a wah-wah. I think it's a larger, it's a smaller valve. It's like a, don't quote me, and I've had like 4 different tone caps in this thing. I think it's a 0.015 is what's in here now. It's a legitimate orange drop. I got a whole bunch of orange drop capacitors that were soldered onto large circuit boards. I had to unsolder them all. Someone gifted me that. They were all 100 volt. I think they're Sprague orange drop. I forget who makes them. So yeah, that's my Strat. It's a Squire. I just got this Fender stretchy strap for Christmas and this Dunlop strap lock. On the back, it's a Grolsch rubber washer in the back, which stays on there really well. But I like this strap. I like the way it looks, but I love the way it feels. It's springy, and it doesn't cut into your neck like, ow, you know? It's just a... Don't pay any attention to me playing here. I'm in a really awkward position to be playing with the back of my index finger for a pick. So yeah, that's the Strat that I've been playing. Upgraded it with the stretchy strap and the Dunlop. That's the latest. This has kind of been like a never-ending thing with this Strat. I think I'm done. I really think I'm done. Now, today I built this little mini pedal board, and it's got pieces of wood holding there's like it's a curved piece. This is like a trim piece that I had. So yeah, there's a curved piece here. There's a curved piece here. There's a chunk here. There's a little rectangular piece here. And then there's a strap. The strap goes over. There's a hole in the strap for the LED on the Klon, and it's screwed in over here. But yeah, this is put together out of scrap wood. These are the type of little mini pedal boards I like to build. I've got five. I'm looking at 6 pedal boards here, but 5 of them are like this. There's another one that has a Silver Horse, an AMZ Clean Boost. There's another one that has a ZVAC Show, a Timmy, and a Rev G3. There's another one that has a double pedal, which is a non-bypassable buffer, a ZVAC Show, Silicon Range Master with input capacitor modification, followed by the EP Boost, which is a fantastic circuit. And then a Hoochie Mama, which is a Clark Gainster that uses old tube amp components like paper nail capacitors, large carbon comp resistors, and so on and so on and so on. So this one is a germanium range master. This black pedal here, germanium range master. It's biased out properly. It has a low leakage transistor. The transistor is a little hot. Like a range master, they say that they were between 70 HFE and 100 is what they say. This is like 115, 120, the transistor. But it's a low leaker. And we have a power switch, turns the power on. The second knob is a 4700 picofarad capacitor on lug 1 and a 4700 nanofarad, or 4700 picofarad, 47 nanofarad. And what that means, the 4700 picofarad is a real small capacitor, and the 47 nanofarad is a little bigger. So the stock range master is 5.6 nanofarad or 5600 picofarad. I can go on this one, I can go past that to 47 if I want, which is more trebly. So I can go like, if it's set like, okay, if I crank it all the way up and turn it a little bit down, this is almost like a tone control, but not really. If I crank the capacitor blend control, if I crank it up and notch it down, that's stock. Then if I bring it down, it'll get less, it starts opening up and letting more mid-range frequencies in until at one point it kind of jumps. And then it's like that last quarter of a turn just gives you more mid-range. So it really opens up. And it also seems to get a little bit louder. Not much. It's not like, ooh. It's not one of those. But when we get into the mid-range, the transistor's working with more mid-range frequencies. So it's just a fact of life. But like I said, we put the germanium range master together yesterday. The day before, we did a silicon range master, and I used a toggle switch that has 6 connections. On, off, on. The middle lugs, we soldered in the stock value of capacitor. And then we had another stock value on the one end, and then it's like 5 nanofarad or 4.7. So it was like, put a 5 in the middle, put a 5 on top, and a 10 on the bottom. So you get 5, 10, or 15. And what I found was it didn't make that much of a difference. I like a little bit more dramatic, so I ended up unsoldering the capacitors that were on the opposite ends of the switch. And what I cut in was a 22 and a 30. What was that? 30. The capacitor.
33, I think.
A 33 on one end of the switch. So you can get 5, you can get 27, or you can get 38 nanofarads of capacitance on the input of this thing. And basically it's like really a treble booster, and then more of a less compromise. It's much more lower, much more bass comes through. Because see, that's the thing, when you set it, when the Rangemaster, when you set it stock, you lose a real lot of low end. When you modify it, you get the low end back, but the treble is still there. The treble boost part of it doesn't go away so much. And this is using it a little differently because I'm not having it sitting on top of a JTM 45. Although I've got a JTM 45 sitting over there now. So I certainly can do just that. Set it stock and Bob's your uncle. But yeah, these are different. This is a NPN, or this is a op amp, and this is a germanium PNP, which is flippity floppity on the power. So you cannot run this off of daisy chain power supply. So what I chose to do was put this big strap over it that you can take off with a Phillips screwdriver, and then you'll replace the batteries as needed and put the strap back on. And this is just a small little gain board that I will use in the effects loop of my amp modeler, my new XMG30. So I hope this was a fun video for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful 2024. Last year was a huge thing for me. I quit drinking. And it wasn't so much like I was walking around drunk at noon with a bottle of Ron Reekin. I mean, I don't want to discuss my personal stuff here on that level. I'll just say it was a good move for me to stop drinking like I was. And because of that, it was quite a wonderful year. I really had just an outstanding year up until like the end of September, and then everything went into the toilet. I mean, I'm still not drinking. Everything's cool. And I'm hoping for a much better year for everyone in 2024. It'd be great to see things get a little better, especially the economy. This thing with the going to the store and seeing the food prices, what they are, it really angers me. It really does. I mean, come on, man. Come on. So, we're having Italian beef with French fries tonight. My wife made this yesterday, and she has this recipe. It's a roast, and you fork that out, so it's kind of like strips of meat. It's not like shaved beef. It's like strips of it, but you have that on the French bread with the juice, and then you put the cheese on it and you melt it, so it's like a cheesy beef. I have an open face with hot jardinera, and I eat mine with a knife and fork. I'll cut it up and have a bite with the fork, and it's so good. It's so tasty, and it's very similar to what we have here in Chicago as an Italian beef. Mind you, it's a little bit different. Instead of shaved beef, it's more like what's in a roast. Yes, I'll give you that. Okay. And if that's going to ruin it for you, well, I don't know what to say when I come to your house and seeing you eating a chicken beef that's made out of chicken. and you tell me that you enjoy that, but you didn't like our recipe, well, I don't know what to tell you at that point. But that's what we're having tonight, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. I'm really excited about that. So you guys take care of yourselves. Best of everything in 2024, sincerely. Hug your pets, that's important too. And peace.